Somebody, it was like 3 minutes later.
Okay, now we're on air. All right, good evening. Welcome to our 6:30 meeting of the Economic and Community Development and Planning Committee. I'm going to call a quick roll. Let me just bring up a good list here. Okay. Alderman Johnson.
Here.
Alderman Jean-Francois.
Here.
Alderman Witt.
Here.
Alderwoman Ray.
Here.
All right, that means everyone is present. So the only new business we have is a 4-lot subdivision for Orange Terrace. I don't know if we have anyone prepared to speak about any of this here with us, but yes, I will.
Do have something prepared, yes.
Okay, then I will defer to Alderman Johnson. We have a committee of the whole.
Sure.
Thank you.
So there's a saying, give them an inch, they'll take a mile. In this case, give them a foot, they'll take a lot. So this falls under the auspices of economic development. I see 2 categories of economic development in our town. One would be commercial, and we have ribbon cuttings every time we turn around. Some of these businesses are from our town, some of them are not. We certainly try to facilitate their success. We may have loans, we may have incentives. I don't remember us ever waiving requirements for occupancy as part of an incentive to have your business do well. If the code says you need a bathroom, you can come and say, you know, I really can't afford a bathroom. Could I have it without a bathroom? Sure, we want you to be successful. Skip the bathroom. I don't remember that happening. Real estate is different. People buy houses, they flip houses, they sell houses. We do a lot of that. And some of the people who do that work are good neighbors. And in this case, in my opinion, which I'm entitled to, some of them are not good neighbors. So the linchpin to this whole debacle is the variance, which went from 75 to less than 75. As we know over the years, this proposal has gone from 6 to 3 to 4, sometimes being applied concurrently at the same time with a variety of venues. It is not my goal to supersede the authority of these other agents and agencies. Once again, in my understanding of the facts of the case, the linchpin is once you gave the variance, that was a problem. The builder now has that in his or her pocket. We looked at the property. There are water issues, there are drainage issues, you're going to have this, you're going to have that. We need you to have a retaining wall, okay? We gave them the specs, they came back with a retaining wall. So, but the elephant in the room for the 3rd Ward is you have a variety of people who have appeared before us at least 4 times to say, excuse me, when I wanted to do this, you made me change my plan to meet the code. And you know what? I live here. I grew up here. I raised my family here. I picked this spot because I liked the way it looked. It gave my neighborhood character, and I followed the rules that were provided at the time. Where is this builder from? Is he here in Middletown? No, I don't think so. Does he have any vested interest in Middletown? Not that I know of. I spoke at one of these hearings, 100 years ago, and said, it is not my responsibility to ensure your success as an entrepreneur. Because what did he say? Well, if I can't do this, I can't make money. Well, I didn't say you had a guarantee that you would make money. And sometimes you don't. But you know what? We are where we are. I think it's extremely disrespectful to the residents of the 3rd Ward. I will not speak for Ms. Ray, but I'm going to bet $1 that she will agree with my comments. And I'm going to say to this applicant, if you really want to be a good neighbor and show good faith to the city of Middletown that you're trying to make money in a grab and go, if you really want to be a good neighbor, rescind your variance and build 3 lots. Restore the faith in what you're here to do, besides grab and go. Thank you. I appreciate your kind and courteous attention.
Thank you, Alderman Johnson. Alderwoman Ray?
One, that part. 2, I can't speak enough, and, he's correct. We're not here to supersede the decision of a board that was duly trusted with these authorities by the city of Middletown. However, it is frustrating. It is not just Paul and I who have shown up to speak. A good portion of that entire neighborhood have repeatedly attended planning board meetings, zoning meetings, and council meetings, public hearings to express the frustration with what a detriment to this neighborhood this project as presented is. Anyone familiar with the neighborhood understands your property value is based on what surrounds you. And the property values there are high for a reason. People have nice large properties, they have big yards. And as you said, lifelong residents of this city who have owned a property were told, no, you can't build two. Yeah, you have two lots, but neither of those lots will conform. So you can make them into one lot and build one house, but we're not going to let you build two. And he said, all right, the code's the code. It's just a couple feet, but you know what? You're right. Did the right thing. Combined his lots, one property. And here we are, however many years later, in front of all these people who were given those same exact answers in the same exact neighborhood. That now it's different. Now the code is not really black and white, it's a little gray. We actually had an engineer stand here and say, it's just a couple feet. Right? It's just a couple feet here. It's just a little fudge on the rules there. It's just a little, don't worry about the plumbing rules, right? Until we're where? There's a reason this code is written with specific numbers, because they're not arbitrary. It doesn't say 75, give or take. It says 75. And we have held so many people to that rule. And this is not a commercial neighborhood where we're like, hey, we're in the interest here, you're not in the bid, we want you to be successful, we want thriving business. It's not a business, this is a residential neighborhood. So I don't understand the decision that was made to grant this variance in the first place, because I don't think the proper scope was given into where exactly they were looking to build, what this project would do to a neighborhood, or even the thoughts and feelings of the people who came to speak. And that's concerning for me. As their representative, and I know it is for Alderman Johnson as well. I agree wholeheartedly. You could bet way more than $1. The right thing by this group, after all of what I absolutely consider to be some underhanded behaviors in terms of the submissions of applications and then the quick retractions and resubmissions, and there's just been a lot of messing around here, and it doesn't have a good look and it doesn't have a good feel. And the right thing to do would be to honor this city's code and its rules to the letter and resubmit for 3. Unfortunately, we do not have the power to rescind that. So I share your thoughts and feelings on this, but I would like it to be on the record that this is not good practice here. And we are, I believe, opening a door to territory that we will struggle to control. There is a reason we are specific, and I think that that should always be the line. But that's just me.
Yes, thank you, Alderwoman Ray. Alderman Massey, wish to speak?
First, let me tell you, I'm not on this particular
Sure.
committee, so anyone have any problem with me speaking on this? No. Anyone have any problem with me? I'm not on this committee. Have any problem with me speaking on this?
Mr. Chair.
Go right ahead.
Okay.
Thank you.
I wholeheartedly agree with my 2 council members over there in the 3rd Ward. I know that some of us are hung up on the word reasonable. First of all, it wasn't in it. Kate was right on mark when she said it said 75 feet. It didn't say 75 feet, but, well, reasonable. I'm not sure what reasonable is. Is reasonable this particular time 2 feet, and next time someone comes in with 4 feet, and we say, well, 2 feet, it's only 2 more feet. Is that reasonable? And it extends it. It was written the way it was written for a reason. And those other people had to live by that. So I personally, and of course I go along with the people that live in that ward and represent that ward, I don't see going along with this just because there may be a threat of what might happen later on. That's,
That's a
we're not
judgment
here
call.
for what might happen later on. So they're my thoughts.
Thank you, Alderman Massey. Anyone else? Alderman Witt?
Thank you, everybody. To follow what everybody said, bits and pieces, after all this, like, where are they? Not even here. Not even here. Not here to hear Alderman Johnson's impassioned plea. Not over here to see the pain on Ms. Ray's face because of what her constituents have gone through. They're not here. They're not here. Guess what? If this gets shot down, they'll be here the next time. So, 75 feet. Clear as day, you take 288, divide it by 3, you're already having barbecues right now. So, I'm a no on this.
Thank you. Anyone else wish to speak? Alderman Jean-Francois?
I totally agree with everyone. The code is the code, and we have to go by that. Otherwise, that's going to create a whole lot of other issues.
Thank you very much. Anyone else wish to speak? Would you wish to speak, Alderman Gomez?
Like Mr. Alderman Massey, I'm not on the committee, but I just want to add, precedent is important. A code is not written a particular way for no reason. There's a reason. And as Alderwoman Ray indicated, we run dangerous waters if we're going to dilute or minimize the intent and purpose of the law, especially when it comes to something so sacred as the rights of our property owners, our homeowners. So I think we need to be more cautious and when it comes to that.
Thank you very much. Anyone else wish to speak? No? Okay, in the interest of time, our outcome that we're looking for here from this meeting is just to move for a public hearing to the full council for this evening's meeting, just a resolution authorizing the public hearing. I will go around. Would you like me to do a roll call for this, or I will do a roll call vote for this? Just a motion to move this matter to the council for authorization for public hearing. Do I have a second from the committee? Anyone? That would be a no. I don't have a second, so this will not move forward to tonight's meeting. And it is now 6:45. Do I have a motion for adjournment? Anyone?
So moved.
Thank you, Alderman Witt. The second on adjournment?